Hello everybody and welcome back to Imperator, where we are currently waiting on some money, although we have a good amount right now. We do need a Rob Shamreem, and this should probably be a Davidite. Do we have one? Let's find out. I'm just gonna do it this way. Okay. There's one. I had to scroll way too far down. He's very bad at the job, but okay. That'll do for now. So now what we need to do is we need to be working on states. And specifically, we can do Karasus next. So that is going to be up over here. Okay, so that's this state here. Beautiful. So currently, this produces fruit, and I don't want a conscription camp here. I don't want a library. No shrine. A forum is okay. So we'll put in a foundry, 3 mills, 3 slave traders, 3 taverns, 2 forums, and then 2 freeman districts. Okay, so that'll be good for now. Up over this direction, salt, yep. We should probably swap from a slave estate to a logging camp here. And then a mine here is absolutely fine. Mine looks good, good. This should swap over to a logging camp. And then this city here. This is a research city, so that's okay. We can definitely have that. I don't think we need this Grand Theater, though. We'll replace that with an academy. Otherwise, that looks okay. The slave estate for hemp is sure. That's fine. A farming settlement. Whatever. This is a slave city here. We do need mills. And it's kind of awkward, but we can get rid of this conscription camp. There we go. That'll do for now. Sure. That all looks good. So we do need a new oratory researcher, and no scorn family means it will be this guy. Let's put him under investigation. A token inquiry should be sufficient. Okay, so that looks good. Next up, where do we need to go? Well, we need to go to Felicita, which is where? That is out over this direction, in this state. Okay, sure. So horses here, not a big deal. We can definitely make this be slave. So, will we offer this guy to bribe his way out of the situation? Yes. Yes, we will. I would love to have more money. Okay. This went to our Malk, unfortunately, not to the state. I would have preferred it if it went to the state. That's unfortunate. Whatever. So we'll put in a forum here, and then, of course, we'll need to get some of these other locations. So slave for incense is fine. Yeah, that's all fine. Scandal draws to a close. Okay. Farming settlement here, and then here we produce tortoise shells. No shipyard, no port. Great temple, not necessary. And tortoise shells, sure. We'll just make this be a slave city. We know we're doing fine on research for right now. So that'll be okay. We'll get some taverns going here, and then we do need some forums as well. Okay, so up over this direction, slave estate seems okay. We already checked those. So we've got a city here. That's fine. And then we've got this here, which is currently a port, and that should actually be a farming settlement. There we go. So something along the lines of that. Now, as far as this goes, a pair of mills would be good. Everything else here is fine. We're just going to want to fill that out as we get more pop in. So that'll be okay for the moment. Okay, next up would be Effa, which is up over here. Okay, so that's part of this state. So we definitely don't need the fort here. I would much rather have a farming settlement. No barracks here. Farming settlement, please. This produces leather. I really don't care about it. We don't need the Grand Theater. We're going to... Actually, the Grand Theater could have been useful. We're going to do the foundry. We're going to do mills. We're going to do slave traders. And we're going to do a pair of taverns. That'll do for now. I'm going to get rid of the granary, too. There we go. Something like that. So as far as Effa goes, this will be fine. We don't need a court of law. Mills will be okay. Slave traders, taverns... Again, the Grand Theater is actually kind of useful here. So there we go. Now we've got a city here, producing deer. Really very irrelevant, but whatever. We'll get a couple of commercial districts demolished and replace those with slave traders. And there we go, something like that. So camels, that's fine. And okay, we're actually out of money. We'll come back to that in a moment. Farming settlement, yeah. So this is what we need to work on then. That is fine. Is this actual colonizable provinces? No, but we do have this negotiation. We could negotiate with the revolting slaves, but they're too revolting for that. So we're not going to do that. We're instead going to put in a trio of mills here with that money. Honestly, I don't know where those slaves went, but they're not actually relevant at this point, so it seems absolutely fine. Next up, of course, we're going to build 3 slave traders here, and our finances have definitely improved significantly. We actually have enough to build all 3 taverns as well here, and then all we need is a forum. So on this next month tick, we'll get that going. How are we doing on our integrations at this point? Oh, we're very close to done. We still have too many diplomatic relations, but it's only a 10% penalty now. So things are looking... I like it. That's absolutely phenomenal. So we're currently working on getting Samaria integrated. That'll be in about a year and a half. 92, 96, 99, 1005, 99, and 93. Okay, so we're going to see these trickling in. That's fine. Amman. Are these independent? No, they're client state. They're just not being integrated. Hang on. Okay. We missed one, apparently. So we'll get that started. That's going to be pretty slow because we started it late. We should probably check through, let's go to diplomacy subjects and make sure that all of these are going. Samaria, check. Amman, check. Zud, check. Iris Superioris, check. Melatine, check. Alut, check. Mothis, check. And Heraclea Pontiki, check. Okay, so that's everything integrating. Amman is just going to be a little slower. So that means that locations like Arabia Relicta over here are independent. Of course, we know that's the case with Axom and Kedar. We know that's the case with Olbi. And I think Lycia is as well. So we're going to need to go after some of these. And I think we should probably get started on that. So I'm going to send these guys down over here, and I'm going to send these up over here. I want to go after Kedar. The question that I have right now is, who are they allied to? No one. Okay. We'll do that as soon as we're in position. It'll take us a little bit. That's absolutely fine. We're not concerned about this at this time at all. I want to get Kedar under control again. We got to get these reconquered, and it needs to happen fairly quickly. We're going to have to go after Macedon as well to get them kicked back out of this region, but we're not really ready for that yet. That's going to be a much larger war. So we know that Axom is going to need to be reconquered. We know that Kedar is, Arabia Relicta is, Olbi is, and Lycia is. I think everything else here... there's these guys out over here as well. So there's this force here. Yeah, they are in alliance with each other. So there's these two out over here. Beyond that, I think that's about it. There's Armenia out over here, but we never actually conquered them. So that's okay. I want that gold, so we're going to take that. Okay, we're almost in position at this point to attack Kedar. So let's go ahead and declare this. This will be with Kedar as the CB. There we go. And we're going to head in here, and we're going to head in here. Beautiful. So in we go. And we're going to get those sieges underway. We'll get that all taken care of. Now, while that's happening, we can definitely check in on another location here. So Shalak. Where are you at? So that's right up over here. No problem. Do we need these forts? Honestly, they're kind of useful, particularly this one. I think we get rid of this one and we put an extra fort in here. So this is currently going to be 4 out of 7. So this would be 6 and 7 in theory, like that. Okay, this is going to be a lot of gold. I don't want to spend that kind of gold on 3 stability. We're going to tell him no. It'll have to do. So that's fine for now. I want to go through, well, we can work on this city. So we can definitely make this be a slave city outside of the fortresses. The fortresses are going to be a little bit, they're going to take up some building slots. That's okay. So we'll do that for now. And then down this direction, Woad. Okay, sure. This could be a slave estate for hemp. That'll be absolutely fine. Farming settlement looks good. Producing hemp here, that could definitely be slavery. That'll be okay. And we can get ourselves some slave traders and taverns and a forum. Okay, something like that. Now, furs, that's okay. Farming settlement, yeah. Deer, whatever. Now we've got this location, and then we've got this cloth here. Let's just switch that over to a slave estate. Okay, so this is the last location here, foundries and mills. We're going to need more gold, but let's get ourselves slave traders. Actually, we're not going to need more gold. Beautiful. Okay, let's call down Esther. That'll be fine. Unintegrated culture group happiness. And then we're going to take over Kedar again very soon. So this is all looking fine. These guys force marched up over to here. Hilarious. They're actually being chased by Mothis, and that seems okay. We're at 49% on both. So that looks absolutely phenomenal. And building this farming settlement here is exactly what we want. So these guys can move back to Jerusalem at this point. All we need to do at this point is cap here, and that should be fine. So Kedar is basically eliminated. I actually want these guys to head around to here, now that I think about it. I want them to come here, and then these guys are going to position up here, and we're going to do the same thing to Arabia Relicta here very shortly. So we'll get that taken, and now we can head around to there. Perfect. Once this auto cap finishes, we're going to get this all finished. Ooh, 6 stability for 10 political influence is generally a very good deal. We're going to take that. So that sounds wonderful. And now I want to sue for peace here. We're going to take all of the territory. That looks good. And we will lose half a point of aggressive expansion. So we definitely don't need the fortresses here. I'm just going to delete the fortresses, and I'm not going to build anything else there until it comes up in the rotation. So it's going to be something like that. Okay, so now we're going to move around and position for Arabia Relicta. That'll be fine. Then we're probably going to head up here next. I think we'll take them on. Axom is going to be a bit of a pain. That's for sure. Yeah, no doubt about that. They're just kind of spread out over here, right? And that would be a bit obnoxious. But we're going to get that all taken back very soon. So this is going to be taken back soon. Olby, I don't know how strong Olby really is. Probably not very, would be my guess. And then, of course, there's Lycia over here. Are they allied? No. Okay. They have a truce at this moment. So that is absolutely... Well, let's make our way down here. We do need to work on rebuilding our armies, but I kind of want to get our realm put together first, and that is definitely underway. So Amman is not going to be done until 1006. That's not too bad, actually. So that sounds good. So we're almost in position here for Arabia Relicta, and I don't actually see a fort. Let's declare war here, and we're going to head in. Ah, there it is. Okay, so I'm going to send these guys here. Actually, I'm going to send these here. And I'm going to send these guys up this direction. I don't think we need more than one army for this. We can stack wipe these guys on the way through, like so. And then head up and take their capital. Perfect. So that looks great. That will be fully under control. So as far as raising up additional forces go, Canaan is fine. Arabia could be expanded in theory. Understood. Lower Egypt would be 80, and I kind of want to get this going. So currently, what we want is 29, 8 of each of these for now. Ultimately, I probably want 10, but yeah, that looks okay. So 29, or rather 30 archers and 30 heavy infantry. So that's okay. We can recruit in a bunch of these. So this would be 30 and 30. And then we're going to take, ideally, 10 camels. Like that. And then 10 cohorts of supply train. I don't know if we're going to be able to get all of this. I don't think we will. No, that would be a total of 90. So we're currently maxed. So we're going to need to bring these back. I'm going to put this at like 7, and then this is going to be at like 28. Because in addition to this, we're going to need some cohorts of engineers, right? And how many can we get here? Okay. That's kind of more than we need. So we would do something kind of like this for now, and then we can expand this more later. So that'll put us at, for this, that puts us at directly 80. Okay, so that's fine. I'm going to put them on the unit reorg for the time being. And we could put in a commander for that, but it's okay. So I do want to get more recruitment done. We could pay to recover this stockpile, but this guy can cover it. It'll be okay. So 58 here, that's not great. So I'm going to recruit a cohort of Axemen, and then I'm going to dismiss this Legion army. Wait, not this Legion army. This Legion army. How do we make this entire Legion stand down? So this is Upper Nubia, right? I'm not sure how we make this stand down. Interesting. Well, for the time being, we can just bring in somewhere around, I'm going to do 10 heavy infantry to start, 10 archers. I'm going to do then 5 camels, and then 5 siege engineers, and then 5 supply trains. We're going to just start with that. So that puts us at 35 overall. Okay, so we could get another 20, so let's do that with archers, and then heavy infantry, like this. That puts us at 55. That's close enough. And then Upper Nubia here. There's not so much that we can do here. So we can put in somewhere around 10 heavy infantry. We can then do 10 archers. But I'm actually going to do 8 and 8. And then we're going to do like 4 units of... We can't grab camels here, apparently. I guess we'll go with heavy cavalry. That'll be fine. And then 4 units of siege engineers, and then actually 3 units of siege engineers, and then 4 cohorts of supply train. Okay, so this isn't brought back up to its ideal levels, right? This one's only at 78 out of 80, so I do want to bring this up to 30 and 30, or 78 out of 90, rather. I want to get 2 more units of engineers, 2 more engineers of supply train, but we can't actually recruit here because we're sieging. So we're going to come back to that. That seems okay. So we have some civil war threshold here. Who's angry? That is the governor of Albania. Okay. What's he upset about? This guy here. Disloyalty inspired. Tyranny, sure. Power base in country. Okay, so this guy just died. Sure. I'm going to bribe this fine gentleman, and that will be no problem. Okay, so we need a governor in Armenia. That would be this guy. Looks good. And I do want to get some of these units moving around. So these guys, I'm going to have them head up over here. It's going to take them a while to get there, and they have no leadership. That's all understood. So we're going to continue to siege here. There's this force here. I kind of want at least 1 more legion. And Syria is a pretty decent place to do that from, but I think our best bet is Mesopotamia. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to raise this up, and we're going to do 10 units of archer. Okay, this keeps resetting. 10 units of archers for now, 10 units of heavy infantry. We're just going to start this fairly basic. So it's going to be something like that. Okay, so Mesopotamia is now here, and I want them to start heading down to, like, here, right? So Mesopotamia is going to have to head down here. This is Arabia Felix. So they're going to head down to here, and they don't need to be on unit reorg. This is fine. So Mesopotamia is here right now. I'm going to send them up over this direction. Okay, so that looks good, and I want to build to this unit a little bit more. So we currently have 35 out of 76. We can double this, and that's exactly what I'm going to look to do. So we're going to take this to 10 units of archers, 10 units of heavy infantry, an additional 5 camels, an additional 5 engineers, and an additional 5 supply trains, like this. Okay, so this is a 70 out of 76. We can further bring this up by 6, so that would be 3 and 3, something like that. Okay, so that looks good. We're maxed here, maxed here. This could use some additional work. So we could use 3. That would be like 1 camel, 1 supply train, and then 1 engineer cohort. Okay, 80 of 80. Okay, so Arabia. This can definitely be boosted up. Unfortunately for us, that's these guys. So we'll get back to that. And Canaan is as good as it's going to be. So we'll put in a legate here. That'll be fine. And then we'll do a legate here. And here. And here. And this is already good. Okay. So that looks fine. And we just won the Siege of Itamos. So that is wonderful. We're going to let this auto cap. And then these guys are going to start heading southward. I want them to position about here, while these guys are going to position somewhere around here-ish. Actually, here's probably fine. Okay, so we're in motion here on taking back a lot of this territory at this moment. Arabia needs a new governor. That will be this guy. And these should now be expandable. So we'll get that going. We'll bring this up to 30 and 30. There we go. And then, of course, we can get another 10 in there, right? So I want to hop in here and check on that. So that would be 4. Okay, we can actually bring this up to exactly where we want it to be. So that would be something like that. Beautiful. That's exactly what I want to see. Excellent. So Arabia Relicta up here, this is now capped. They apparently had a force that headed out up here. That's hilarious. We're going to take this territory, and that looks good. So that's now under our control. We've got forces headed up over here. I'm actually going to move these guys up to here and these to here. And then these lads, I'm going to have them stop, and they should have their commander. We're going to have them force march up to here. It's going to take them a little while to get there, and they're not going to gain morale on the way, but they shouldn't need it. So that should be fine. These guys are still gaining morale, and they absolutely need more morale. That's for sure. Okay, that was, I believe, an integration. Yes. Wonderful. Okay, let's check in on how we're doing on some of these buildings. We can build a few farming settlements, and I definitely think we should do that. Now, note how much less money we're making at this point. This is because we've replenished our armies to a considerable degree. So that is understood. These guys here, we're going to put in their commander. And a lot of these still don't have a commander. So this is a navy. I'm going to put this guy in for now. We have some scorned families all of a sudden. Okay. Noted. Influence of the Davidite family. Yeah, this is okay. So no longer do we have scorned families there. And we're still looking for a commander up here. Okay, no longer do we have scorned families at all, apparently. Cool. So second navy, we can put in, like, this guy. No, I don't want to recruit these mercs. Otherwise, that looks good. So we're basically in position right now. We're waiting for these guys. I'm going to drop them off of Force March so that they still get some morale ticks here. That'll be good. And we're going to go in and attack here shortly. Yeah, we're in position now. So this looks good. We'll go ahead and attack here. And we have Wargles to take all of this. Their allies will join the war, which we fully expect. And we're going to head right on in here. We're going to head in here. And we're going to head in here. Beautiful. So we're attacking all 3 of these angles. They're going to have some forces around here as well. That's understood. But we'll get that all taken back. We're victorious there. Excellent. And we'll get going on that siege. So now, of course, we're waiting for these guys to get in position to attack Axom. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting very, very close. I'm going to have these guys actually move to here and then force march over. I want you guys up here. Get up there quickly. So that'll be fine. We'll get all of this under control shortly. Yeah, they're starting some sieges out over here. Nope. They can do that if they like. So we're going to have to go after Olby and Lycia eventually as well. But we've got a lot of stuff that is currently being taken back. And that looks good. We've just about got our realm put back together at this point. Things are looking very good. Very, very good. So these sieges underway. We'll get those taken care of soon. And we do have vassal forces moving over as well. Just waiting on these guys to get in position to attack Axom, and then we can shift all of these forces northward to be able to deal with Olby and Lycia if these aren't sufficient, which they probably will. But having 6 armies up there would definitely seal the deal. No doubt about that. That should be overkill. So these guys are just about in position now. There we go. They are in position as of now. So let's go ahead and declare on Axom. This is going to be this as a war goal. Yes. We'll see if we're able to take all of Axom in this war. We may or may not be able to. We're going to have these guys head up to here. We're going to head in here and start up a siege. And then this force is going to head in to here. I should have realized that we should be positioned here, not here, but it doesn't really matter that much. We've got this fort here in Zud, so that'll be fine. So inward we go. Axom should not be very difficult for us, so that'll be wonderful. We won the siege here, and that of course means that we need to take this location. Let's go ahead and do that. But there's going to be a number of other sieges that we're going to have to do up over this direction. We won the Battle of Tadu down over this way. That doesn't really matter all that much. For right now, I want to finish this cap, and then I want to get up here and start sieging. Prosperity, that's good. We also got a religious advance. So let's go ahead and grab ourselves an advance here. So this would be, we were working on, we had just gotten servile bondage, and then the idea was that we were going to grab petition of minorities. That's right. So we'll grab that, and religious assimilation down to like crucifixion is the overall idea. So we just finished up that. That's wonderful. Now we need to come up and take this fort. So we'll work on that. It is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to get this all nice and under control. So Axom back in the fold soon, and these guys back in the fold as well. And then it's just Lycia and Olby that we need to take back, and then a little bit of fighting against Macedon, and then everything is back under control. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, Andy McGard, Dark Horse, Xenocyte, Upper Cumberland Gamers, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, The Lounge STL, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.